Despite the world's turmoil, I'm writing about the 2024 presidential election. I wrote about the November 2024 election in October 2023. Why? Because this election differs. November 2024 will not determine the election, currently being determined. Two events are happening now. Democrats have unleashed massive lawfare against Trump, and the House has begun impeaching Joe Biden. Trump is the center of attention. Legacy media are almost totally ignoring the Biden story, which is far larger. I worry that lack of media coverage may blindside investors. The ouster of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy contributes. McCarthy reportedly told conservatives impeachment would proceed, but not moderates. He wanted to accommodate both parties. If the next speaker is dedicated to impeachment, it may go faster. Indictments against Trump have been issued. 2 federal, 2 state, and 91 felony charges exist. The trial dates are March and May 2024, although pre-trial motions are underway. State-level efforts to remove Trump off ballots under the Insurrection Clause or Section 3 of the 14th Amendment are also underway. That's an excellent revolution starter. If that occurs in any state, the Supreme Court will speedily hear the case regardless of its wishes. Trump's poll numbers rise and the Republican primary becomes a one-horse fight with the others for show. However, since Democrat prosecutors chose areas to be 90% Democrat and majority black, the jury pools will be out to convict Trump. Trump might be elected president in November 2024 while in an orange jumpsuit in prison. No constitution prohibits that. Republicans and Democrats are squeezing Joe Biden. Recently begun impeachment proceedings pose a Republican threat. After a month or two of hearings, the impeachment vote will likely occur in December before Christmas. The Senate handles the trial, which may begin after the January 2024 State of the Union speech and last a month. From October 2023 through February 2024, the whole Washington establishment will be crippled. On the other hand, Democrats want Biden gone. They're ready to tell him to resign or not run. This will make room for Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer, Jay Pritzker, or another imposter. Everyone knows Kamala Harris is a dunce. Democrat officials may let Hillary remain president for a few months after Biden resigns if she doesn't run. She only does it to pardon Biden and his family before Trump wins. This will resemble a truncated Gerald Ford presidency and Nixon pardon. The time is ticking for this complicated strategy. The New Hampshire primary paperwork must be submitted by December, and the other primary dates follow. Ironically, the Republican impeachment push will provide Democrats an opportunity to remove Biden. An early Biden resignation might end the impeachment campaign. You understand? Due to legal, criminal, impeachment, and other activities, the next U.S. president may be chosen in 90 days. The first wild card is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which bans insurrectionists from federal office. The 14th Amendment was passed in 1868 following the Civil War. The provision remains, although it has seldom been invoked since Reconstruction ended in 1876. From 1868 through 1876, Section 3 barred senior Confederate officials from competing for federal office. Even then, Congress passed the Amnesty Act of 1872, allowing everyone but a few senior Confederates to run for office. That amnesty was expanded in 1898 to show solidarity throughout the Spanish-American War. In summary, Section 3 of the amendment worked, was toned down by amnesty laws, and has never been effectively implemented since 1876. Despite that history, Democrats will utilize it now. They called Trump an insurrectionist, without legal proof, due process, or a fair interpretation. They're urging blue state secretaries of state to unilaterally disqualify Trump and remove him off the ballot. This is being promoted in Arizona, New Hampshire, Vermont, Pennsylvania, and other swing states. Some notable legal academics agree this is lawful and acceptable. More experts argue the clause doesn't apply or isn't being pursued as Congress intended. Trump has many defenses. The strongest is that no prosecution or court has found Trump guilty of rebellion. Nancy Pelosi maintained using insurrection after January 6th to characterize Trump. The incident on January 6th caused property destruction and trespassing, but it was hardly an uprising. I predict Trump will win if states try to keep him off the ballot. However, some Democrat Secretary of State will use it in one state or another. The U.S. Supreme Court would hear this. investors may face additional uncertainty in the coming months. The Democrats' mistreatment of declared candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., and the possibility of one or more serious third-party candidates could hurt Joe Biden's, or another Democrat's, chances of winning in November 2024 are the other wild cards. Again, these improvements won't wait till summer 2024. They happen today. He is a longtime Democrat. His uncle was President John F. Kennedy, and his father was presidential contender Senator Robert F. Kennedy. The president was slain in 1963 and the candidate in 1968, when RFK Jr. was a teenager. RFK Jr. and the Kennedy family have a long history of Democratic loyalty, regardless of their ideological beliefs. On Monday, RFK Jr. declared his independent presidential bid. That reduces party pressure on Biden. The real issue is whether his independent candidacy will benefit Biden or Trump. Both sides have arguments. Democratic strategists worry Kennedy will steal supporters from their candidate, maverick or outside candidate Trump. Trump's staff worries that supporters who are sick with both party institutions, who may vote for Trump even if they don't like him, would vote for Kennedy. In recent weeks, 2 surveys placed Kennedy at 14% as a third alternative behind Biden or Trump. That's 1 percentage point below the 15% polling bar established by the Commission on Presidential Debates in prior elections to qualify independent candidates for debates. As the final independent candidate to qualify, Ross Perot had a major impact on the 1992 election. It's a significant wild card. Others consider third-party challenges besides RFK. Junior West Virginia maverick Democrat Senator Joe Manchin may run for president on the no-labels ticket. Cornel West, a former Princeton and Harvard professor at Columbia University's Union Theological Seminary, is running for president. Last week, West said he will run as an independent in addition to the Green Party. Whatever your views on their issues, these candidates are smart, political, and skilled campaigners. West is a socialist who Democrats like, whereas Kennedy and Manchin are Democrats. They might each earn 5% or more in the main election, perhaps more. This would benefit Trump since Kennedy, Manchin, and West would split Democratic votes, while Republicans would have one choice. Joe Biden and other Democrats' hopes are doomed by the combo. Even if Trump is imprisoned on Election Day, this would assist elect him. The 2024 presidential election may be decided by a late Democratic replacement for an impeached president and a Republican convicted criminal. These dysfunctions will occur amid a catastrophic recession, financial crisis, Chinese conflict, a losing war in Ukraine, and even a new Middle East war. Investors should limit stock exposure, boost cash, and hold some hard assets like gold, silver, fine art, and land. Those assets will get you through the instability, and cash will let you browse for deals after the election.